Yes, today I'm going to be teaching about how to make travel maps from one destination to another destination. Let's start with first creating a new composition. I'm going to name this main comp. Press OK. Next, we are going to import our map file. In this example, I will be using the map I downloaded from Google. Then you drag it to the timeline. So you scale it to fit the size of the screen. Now you create a new solid layer. Let's call this stroke layer. Click OK then. Now the next thing now is to click on the pen tool. So let's route where we are going to travel to. We are traveling from country in Nigeria to Canada. So we'll use the pen tool. You can actually use the pen tool to click and click and click it directly until they get to Canada. But in this way, you hold Alt, you click it, you hold Alt, then you drag it, you hold Alt, you drag it down, you release Alt, then you click on Canada, then it will automatically appear. So it will appear more smoother when you do it this way. So the next is add stroke. We add stroke to the stroke layer. Click and drag it and place it on top. Then we have to increase the brush size. You turn the stroke off so that you can be able to see how the changes that is being made. And you place the spacing. You can place placing on it so that it will appear grainy. So you see. So in this case, you can drag it and it's okay like that. So you can change the color from any color that you want, but I will be using this blue. So you change the pen style. You change the pen style from original image to transparent so that you can see what you've done. So very easy. So let's animate it now. So you go to about a few seconds forward. You click on end. Then you go back to the beginning. Then you drag it down to 0%. So animation is very simple. So let's click and see. So the next thing now we add shadow, drop shadow. Go to effect and preset. We're going to add drop shadow. Click and drag it and place on the stroke layer. Then you can decide you can increase the distance. Of the shadow. Then you can increase distance to fit your need. Then you can soften it. So it looks good like this now. So we'll go back to let's click and play and see how it looks this way. You have to ease and ease to have a smooth movement. You can decide to shift it a little bit. You play with the graph, click on the graph so that it will appear fast from the beginning, and while descending it will slow down. That's the purpose of the graph. So you can choose any graph settings that you want that suits your need. Now that we are done with this, we'll go on now and create a new composition. Let's name this circle. Click OK. So you go to the ellipse tool. Hold down the shift key and draw a circle. In this case, we will not be needing the fill color. We have to turn on the fill color. Then stroke. Turn on the stroke and use red as a stroke color. Click OK. Then now we have to animate this circle. Now go to scale. Press S for scale. Then you go a few seconds forward. And you leave it 100%. You click on scale, then you go back to the beginning, then you reduce to 0%. So let's click and see. And you ease and ease for a smooth movement. Turn that off. And you now take it down a few seconds. You click on T for opacity, then take it a few seconds forward. You click on opacity and reduce the opacity to 0%. Then you take it to the beginning, and you increase the opacity. And so also set a keyframe, increase opacity to 100%. Let's click and see. Ease and ease. You see, as it pop up, it disappears. Just for direction, as it pop up, it disappears. That's the purpose of the opacity. Then now go back to the main comp. We have to click and drag the circle composition into our timeline, place it on top of the map. So now it has appeared. You have to scale it, fit to size. The purpose of this circle is to actually show that the traveler has arrived at the proposed destination. It's just an animation to add an effect to the final destination. That's why it's needed. You can decide to use any logo like icon. You can decide to use the the location icon. You can also decide to use an animated car or an airplane or probably a private jet to and fit to part. But in this case, I will just be using this circle as an example. So I'm trying to fit it to match and also set the time frame so that it will match immediately the stroke is arriving at the destination, it will pop up. So I have to shift the circle backwards, take the time to fit into the time. I think it's better this a little bit better this way. Okay, you see. Okay, I think that will be all. Then the next thing that we'll do after this now is to add a 3D effect to this travel map. We'll give it a more stylized look. Now we have to create a new camera. Let's leave it at let's say 24 mm. Then we create a new node object. You play first of all, before creating a new node object, you have to set all to 3D. So we take the 3D box, we create a new node object. Then you click on the camera and parent it to the new node object so that we can be able to control the camera from the node object. So this is where you can choose the direction, the location, how it can pan around from left to right. So it depends on your project, depends on how stylish you want it to be. So you can press P on your keyboard. It will bring out a position. You zoom it to the departure location. You zoom it to the departure location, position it very well to fit departure location. Then you set the orientation, just play around the rotation just to make it, give it some style. So you can play around the location, rotation and the orientation and the position and every other thing that will give it a very, very stylish look. So I'll use a moment to just try different angles until I get the one that I like. After that, you set a keyframe for the departure location. Then you take it a few seconds further. Then you press the R to bring out rotation, or you can toggle between the P and the R. So you scale it back to reveal Canada. See, now we're scaling it back. You see how the camera is moving back, it's panning, like zooming back now. So then I think this is okay. Let's just scale it back a little bit. I want to view more. Just keep playing around with the camera. You go back to how you play around and see, then toggle up and down. There's no particular preference for this camera movement or camera angle that you choose. Some projects will require you to zoom in real close. Some will require you to zoom back a little bit. Depends on what you are trying to emphasize. And also it depends on the project you are using it for. If you are using it for promo project that's very fast, you can zoom in directly to save time. So now I'm changing the directions up and down and from left to right. I'm trying to get the very good cinematic direction. So I think it's okay. I don't have to this for this example's sake. It's okay. It's fair enough. When you see that is okay for you now, you can click on ease and ease to give it a smooth transition. So let's click and see how the outcome will be. I think that's all for the lecture. So we see how it is, how smooth it is for transition.